You feel, you feed a false archetype, a preconception, as it is not conscious. For more on this subject, please read Q9. Satanic is the way, not the lies. This ignorance or uneducated conception is the answer to why it could never be defeated, as ignorance, primitive thinking, and negative actions can only be exposed, corrected, and therefore never repeated. As theologians and evolutionary biologists will concede, the snake is our own reptilian brain. We are our own adversaries when our indifferences can be choice. This is power. Why would you kill a spider when it eats flies and mosquitoes? We think that snakes are slimy, programmed to think this. And for the most stupid reasons, we kill the lover and not punish the girlfriend. In why, the question and not the answer, will we find the truth in belief and not turn to faith, and reveal the adversary that is our primitive wired brain. I know it makes us seem like stupid robots, like burning police cars at hockey games, or the stabbings at soccer games. Well, let me provide some really scientific and very simple to read reasons why and for what reasons this is fact. And it's really funny if you look up on the internet, and I will provide some visual proof that will literally change your world. And it's not symbolism, it's something that you have to find on your own. And this is gnosis, the whole basis of gnosis. And I can't do that right now because then everything has to be a process. So because if I were to tell you the secrets in symbolism, then you won't evolve on not you won't, but guidance and teaching, as I am a messenger and only a messenger, and it's different. Before Jesus was born, this energy was gathered, tremendous momentum, as people were sacrificing people. And that's the nature of this evolution. And this evolution is that the teachers are all out there. And this is my understanding, what I comprehend as gnosis, as it is different for everyone. But a lot of my information is based on facts and science and logic and physics and very religious understandings and mental knowings. Jesus' preservation energy, a harmonizing, so sacrificing people, babies and virgins in the past, in order to see the future and produce dark magic. But right now that dark magic is turning, or negative energy is turning. It's a reference though, and that's what you have to decipher it as negative energy is turning primitive, because basically people have primitive thoughts, and that's what makes it worse. It turns it into chaos. So that's really bad. And in the past, that would bring forth negative entities if there was enough of it around, but luckily the stargates are shut down right now. So let me explain. As part of the reasons how it got shut down is from Jesus' preservation energy. So Jesus' preservation energy The harmonizing white magic in its purest form protected us from this satanic force. But as ignorance, misjudgment, hatred, discrimination, and corruption are reproducing the same energy, it feeds on us. We feel like caged animals, and our auras, our proven existence, and the Earth's magnetic field are weakened by it. A cleansing energy and a protective shielding energy was applied to the Earth by King Arthur's forgiveness energy towards Guinevere and Sir Lancelot. King Arthur recognized the true love that was in them, and by letting love in each other, by letting love in those two, to continue, it brought back life, or alpha energy, into the earth. This satisfied the elementals, or the earth guardians, against man. A creature half awake, half great, half God, much mistaken and lost in love. Sometimes we need our hearts to be broken to be awakened. So another God gives, forgives, sacrifices, and dies. So there is also another story here, in that when God or Allah created Adam, Allahu, then that was Akbar. And because of that, he demanded that the jinn bow to them, which is very analogous or very similar to Lucifer and Samael. But the thing is that what the jinn said is, we could see the future. And they saw not only the future, they were also intelligent, and they saw how primitive we were. And it's because we were fast-tracked in evolution. Of course we're going to be primitive. You know, you take away our calculators, some of us can't even divide or add in our brains. It's crazy. So this is worse, as it requires a tremendous amount of power to process higher dimensional frequencies, like seeing energy, feeling energy, understanding it. So this is why we only really use 20 to 30% of our brains, when in fact we use all of our brains, but not all at once. This is what they don't tell you in science. Parts of it only activate when all of it needs to be activated, happening all at once. When you see your computer operate, sometimes it uses one processor, sometimes it uses two. Xbox uses 3 processors, but Xbox uses all 3 at one time. That's why it generates so much heat, which means what? It generates thermal energy. We generate thermal energy, electric energy, chemical energy, and chemistry, the act of chemistry, to help or induce physiology, which is the action and the reaction of chemicals, provoked or induced or influenced by energy, which is electrical in nature. And these things make us vibrate at a higher rate, and then it makes us operate in a higher dimensional frequency. So they're a lot more intelligent. So they saw that even though we got an upgrade, I mean, you could have Wayne Gretzky's kid and his genetics directly, not 50% chance of him getting those genes, but 100% chance. But if he never plays hockey, he'll never become Wayne Gretzky's son, let alone an NHL player. As Wayne Gretzky was one of the greatest players in history, just like Michael Jordan, Larry Bird, and so forth, and Maradona, and the list continues. But it's only 50% probability. Spirituality is 100% probability that when you activate it, that you'll be spiritual and you'll be operating at 200 to 300% level of efficiency that you are currently in right now. So when this happens, they saw the problems that we would have, because we're still only thinking about procreation and how we're so negatively influenced by energy. And they said, well, you're our father too. Give us the chance to prove ourselves to you that we're better than them. And if that's the case, we wait until the end of days. And when the end of time comes, if they're not better than us, then we won't bow to them. But if they are better than us, we'll bow to them. Now, they didn't say that, but that's what their meaning is. Everyone knows that. Every Imam knows that. But what are they truly saying? What they're truly saying is that we ourselves, as much as they are not perfect. And I explain more of this in 23, 24, Q23, Q24. And then if that interests you, make sure that you read Q2 and then Q22. And make sure actually you reach 22, 23, and 24. And make sure you read Q2. And then you'll understand what I'm saying, as I have really covered this topic extensively. And the whole point in fact, or the moral of the story is not the moral, but the knowledge in the story is that if God created them, then wouldn't he be perfect and not make that mistake? Yet they're both developing and they're both evolving. And please look to those readings. I'm very sorry. There's a really good reason, but I just can't think of it right now, as all of these interviews amass are 15 hours straight, so 17 hours in total. So please look to that information, as it's more in depth, and I don't want to stray from the main topic. So, but there is another secret here for us that are not educated, and this is about King Arthur. The secret is that his body was buried in Avalon, so that his sacrifice energy, or body residual energy, would bless the spirit world and bring peace to the higher earth realms. It may sound unearthly, but his body acts like nutrients for the tree of life. The earth does not bring forth these destructive energies, as it is the ultimate mother, but as caretakers to balance life while she always gives life. Is very unselfish, and our self-destruction is not making it easy for her. In doing more, is doing us more harm by not acknowledging that her being angels, our energies are much more harmful than can be imagined, as we are so fooled into our own destruction that what we call life is corruption, and it's satanic. Negative energy, as it is self-extermination. Now, does all the chaos in this world make sense, as we live in a very real but invisible spiritual world? However, primitive and wired behaviors, unbalanced by financial delusion, everything global, starvation, corruption, killing, religious indifference, and destroying Mother Earth, presents a very weak case to salvage the human race by intelligent races, and also God and angels that came to Earth from interstellar vehicles, as depicted throughout the history in every religion. This planet is our evolution.